or that was wounded, but it was probably rabid.
What, a bat?
A bat, yeah. It was like trying to fly, but it could only like basically go a foot, and then it would just fall again.
Oh, that's cool.
We're on.
All right, you ready then?
I'm ready.
All right, I think this actually will sound better.
Absolutely will.
Well, as long as my computer works, but all right, hold on a second.
WNNNNY what cooler.com.
Whatever quarterback has the ball last will win. Oh, well, guess what? They'll just give me 3 seconds. I'll just get down and, oh my gosh, this is the most perfect quarterback play to finish a full quarter, like maybe ever. I mean, this is unbelievable back and forth. Big plays, smart plays.
It sounds impossible. 25 points in less than 2 minutes. And the kick is another touchback.
Go fuck yourself,
motherfucker.
Kick your fucking ass. I want you off the fucking set, you prick. The fuck are you doing?
fucking thing sucks.
I mean, you guys, I hate this. You guys are the worst. No one likes any of you guys, but how do we come out and...
I want to talk. Pass the joint. I was born a city they call Buffalo. 0 degrees below. It's too damn cold.
Welcome back, WNYWaterCooler.com podcast. We got Steve, of course, the host, and we got Coast on the line.
What's up, Jan, man? We're back for year 15, I think.
Yeah, I think we started the first year like midway through the season, but we could still count this as 15. And I think we're doing this on Zoom. So if the audio works, then maybe everyone will stop bitching about the audio quality like we're getting fucking paid for this.
Oh, when you're Super Bowl favorites, you got to step up your game a little bit.
20% of, glad we got right into it, 20% of Super Bowl favorites actually win the Super Bowl. I have the last 6 years.
Well, that's high. That's higher than I thought, honestly.
Well, it's mostly because New England won it every other year there for a while. So I'll just go run through the last 6 years. The teams that were in the Super Bowl and their preseason odds. Last year, Rams were 12-1. Cincy, who obviously lost, won 50-1. Year before that, Tampa was 10-1. They won. I mean, they had Tom, but that was the first year. And Kansas City, who lost, was 4.5-1.
Okay, so Kansas City had to be the preseason favorite in 2020.
Yeah, I think they were slight favorites over the Patriots. Oh, no, it wouldn't have been the Patriots. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was them. 19, Kansas City was set. They had the second best odds. They were 6-1. San Fran, who lost, who arguably should have won, they were 40-1. 18, New England was first. They had 6-1. LA was 10-1. They lost. Philly in 17 was 40-1. New England that year they lost. They had the best odds, 3-1. And then the last one I had was 16 was New England was 6-1, and Atlanta, which should have won, they were 80-1.
So it seems like there's one team that's a favorite and one team that's a long shot, like every year, maybe except KC Tampa.
Pretty much. I mean, the Rams Patriots 18 was
similar to yeah.
So I mean,
we're what plus 650 or
yeah, it's 6 or 650. I've seen it even lower. Sadly, I don't know who's wasting their money on that, but I kind of, as a doppelganger, I think we could be like the 2020 Lamar Jackson Ravens. They had a huge drop off after Lamar was MVP. That's the year we beat them in the empty stadium. They were plus 500 before that to win, and to win the Super Bowl, they were plus 500.
Yeah, but they in 2019 sucked in the playoffs. I think we have 2 years now where we've won playoff games and where last year we played better in the playoffs than the year before. I think that even though we lost, I think that I always come back to the 88, 89, 90 Bills. when I think of this team because 88 we went 12-4 and lost in the title game. 89 we went 9-7 and lost to Cleveland in the divisional round. So almost like a similar sort of like, I'm sure there were high expectations and they probably, that was the bickering Bills and they just, lost focus, took it for granted. And then in 1990, the run started. So that's sort of what I think can happen here is we were sloppy in the regular season last season. But if you look at like almost any metric you can come up with, we were probably the best team or up there, one of the best 1 or 2 or 3 teams in the league. But you need to get the 1 seed. It's really that simple.
Yeah, well, I mean, it didn't really help the Titans last year. The other, I think we even said it last year. It could be like the 07 Sabres, where they just had high expectations. They still were the best team in the league, and then they folded against Ottawa. But we may have even said that last year about the 21 Bills. So, I mean, repeating that's probably useless. But
I think we came into last season. I don't know. I can't remember the vibe, but that Steelers game.
You picked us to go 14-2 or 15-2. So I think you know
sure
the vibe. You have the
I'm
same fucking.
sure
Yeah, and then I think you're right. It was squashed right away after we lose the Steelers. Block punt.
And just the way we lost, the block punt. We're throwing every play. People. We haven't even talked since the Kansas City game, so there's really just a lot we can talk about. But there's the Dayball thing. The more I think about it, I complained about him a lot when he was our offensive coordinator.
Yeah,
there were a lot of games. There's a lot of games where I felt like, what are we doing? And
just wait for Dorsey. This guy, we have no idea what he's going to be.
No idea. But if you look at like Daboll's body of work in his entire career, why should we think that Daboll's a genius and it's not just because he like struck gold with a quarterback finally? Like I have no concerns over that switch between Daboll and Dorsey. None.
Yeah, I mean, fanboys are going to fanboy. I don't understand that logic at all, really. But I mean,
you have a guy who was 30th. He was like 25th to 30th in offense every year he was in the league until Allen got good. And now we're just going to say, oh, Daboll became a genius, or he finally has like a really good quarterback. That is why he became good. Like I don't know. I'm not sold that it was.
We'll find out pretty soon. We'll find out pretty soon. I think the Giants. He has an uphill battle there to do anything, and Well, I mean, we'll see what the offense does. You can't really screw up the offense that bad. I mean, still have Josh Allen, who I've come around a little bit. I mean, he's really good, I suppose, but.
Love to hear it.
I mean, now it's really just a coach.
That hurts.
I can't imagine.
Does that hurt for you to do? Does that hurt for you to? Do you have a lot of sleepless nights agonizing over that? Having to publicly acknowledge that,
No, I don't. I love when I'm wrong because it's so infrequent. I mean, what puts me to bed is when I think that we lost to such esteemed quarterbacks as Ben Roethlisberger. We lost to literally the worst head coach in the history of the NFL.
Yeah, we did.
We lost to him and a rookie that would they win 2 games. We lost to Ryan Tannehill somehow.
Yeah, true. They were the number one seed, but yeah.
Well, and we're 8 minutes in. I don't think we said the word 13 seconds. I mean that one hurts. That's gonna sting for a while. I think decades perhaps.
We underachieved. We underachieved last season. We lost. Who else did we lose to? We lost to Mac Jones in that one game, 3-pass game. We lost to Lawrence. We lost to Roethlisberger. We lost to Brady. Who else did we lose to? Tannehill. And one more loss in there. Oh, Carson Wentz, who owns us.
Yeah. That game was we looked sick in that one.
I think we've gotten blown out like twice in the 2019, like starting in 2019 with Allen. I think we've gotten blown out like twice, and they were both Carson Wentz.
Jesus. And weren't they both at home too?
Yeah, they both were at home. I can't think of any other games where it was just like over since 2019 besides those two. Maybe the title game against Kansas City, but like Wentz just has come into our barn and owned us.
Hopefully we don't run into the Commandeers this year.
I know. Good thing he's out of the conference.
Holy shit. But yeah, I mean, it comes back. It's going to come back to the coach the whole year. If Allen is okay, if that's settled science that he's a great quarterback, then it's going to come to McDurr. The defense right now completely revamped. I mean, at least the front seven. And clearly, I mean, we overpay this old ass edge rusher, and every edge rusher we get always gets worse under McDurr.
I mean, we haven't had anyone at the caliber of Miller.
No, probably not. But I mean, Jerry Hughes, he fell off big time once we got McDermott. He had less than 6.5 sacks once, and only one season above 4.5 with McDermott. Shaq Lawson, never more than 4 sacks.
Well, Lawson got paid after that 2019 season, so like he was obviously good, and then he's coming back here, so he clearly I don't know, he felt like he played his best football with us, I guess. I don't know. But
Addison fell off. He averaged 10 a year a few years before, and then 6 with the 2 years under McDermott here. I mean, I give McDermott credit for secondary, and then we still get smoked in the last 13 seconds of that Chiefs game, which I still.
We're also picking up a lot of these guys, like Addison, older guy. Hughes was getting older. Some of these veterans, like fall off in sacks is kind of to be expected, I guess. I mean, I know Miller just turned 33, but I'm expecting double-digit sacks from Miller this season. He had 4 in the playoffs last year. And even if he doesn't have I'm confident that he'll be able to produce when we need it. You know, I felt like we haven't had a guy that could. We talk about it all the time, like who's making those big plays in our front seven, those like game-changing plays in our front seven. It rarely happens. You don't get, we wouldn't get them from our DNs. We wouldn't get them from our backers even. Edmonds, when's he going to make a game-changing play? I think Miller can be that guy. And I think he can also free up the other guys on the line. Like Oliver this season could be really, he has to be. His 3rd season, he could have a coming out party, or 4th season. He could have a coming out party this year. I mean, he better.
Yeah, I mean, the reason why I like the Von Miller signing is because we haven't had to use any high draft capital on edge rushers and DNs or D-line the last 4 years.
Yeah, no.
Except for every single pick. And none of them have turned out. I mean, the second round is a wasteland for this franchise under Bean. What does the guy do?
Don't you think that Miller can help Russo and these guys?
Hopefully he can't hurt him. I mean, Russo had one play last year. Basham, did we even assign him a number?
These number changes are going to take a bit for me to get used to. I don't know who's Taron Johnson's like number 4 now or something. I just don't even know.
Well, and they can't even give me a fucking program at the game. I actually go to the games. I don't even get a goddamn program.
I haven't missed a game this season yet.
Yeah, it gave you tickets both games. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll have to bring my phone in and look at my phone to see who the fuck's on this team number-wise. You're right. Can't give me a goddamn program. They can't give They didn't give us any free shit at the Kids Day game.
Like a Buffalo Bills. You got like a bracelet.
Yeah, a 10-cent bracelet. Hey, this franchise is just, I don't know. Pagula. Jesus Christ. And then I didn't want to talk about the stadium debacle is just going to make me even more irate. That's sort of the middle of the year when we're out of the playoffs contention already, but.
Middle of the year when we have the East locked up in November.
We're just so lucky. Playoffs. We're so lucky. McDermott is so lucky that our division is so bad. Our quarterbacks are so bad.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, outside of the AFC West, it's not like every other division. I mean, I think Miami's going to be pretty good this year. I really do. And New England's always I don't think our division is that bad. There's worse divisions. And outside of the West, I mean, what do you how many divisions are loaded at quarterback? You know, like we have. Yeah, I agree. We lucked out there, but after having 20 years of Brady, I feel like we deserve it for a few fucking years.
True, we do actually. You're right. Well, should we just run through the schedule now? I mean, I don't even want to talk about the Dawson Knox contract. You're like, oh, I bunked with Josh Allen at St. John Fisher. I have to have a $15 million a year contract.
Well, I think Knox is good. I mean, I think he's
good.
And you got to pay these guys. I mean, David Njoku still makes more than Dawson Knox because a good tight end is they don't like, you know, they're hard to find. They're hard to find.
You find them anywhere, and you find them nowhere.
Find them anywhere. We've had no good tight ends in like the history of the franchise.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying they're easy to find, but there's not really like a certain like Kittle and Kelsey. Those guys weren't high picks, I don't think. Well, Kelsey definitely wasn't. I'm not positive about Kittle, although he's always.
Knox can be like he can be a guy that's scoring double-digit touchdowns, and I think they did the right thing by signing him. If I had to pick between, I guess maybe the three big names are Edmonds, Poyer, and Knox, right? I would have probably ranked them Knox, Edmonds, Poyer in that order on who I wanted us to keep.
Somehow I hate Edmonds even more than Knox, but I mean Poyer, he's getting older. I don't know how much guaranteed money we would have had to give him, but
I don't think
shut his wife up. Christ.
I feel like Poyer's gone after the season. I don't know. Edmonds, who knows? I have confidence in our
walk.
Yeah, I have confidence in our coaching to be able to like develop linebackers and to be able to play, you know, good enough. But I think Knox was someone that we had to re-sign. I think it would have been a hit to lose him. So Bean, man, guy's the best GM in the league.
Well, I mean, Allen's shockingly against all odds, like being good. It really covers up a lot of warts. I mean, I like Bean generally, but I mean, it's not like he's infallible.
No one's infallible, but our roster's loaded.
No, I would say the Rams. I would say the Rams GM's the best GM in the league.
I don't know about that.
Or Kansas City.
He's done well.
Yeah, Kansas City always seems to reload too.
Kansas City, Buffalo, and Kansas City are going to be good. It's easy to make the GM look good with Mahomes and Allen. The Rams, I guess I got to hand it to them. They've been able to obviously have great teams with Goff and Stafford.
I'm surprised actually the Niners GM is good, but I think he is too. But I mean, they're always like, well, they bounce back. They have awful years.
They go 4-12, then go to the championship game. 4-12 championship game.
Yeah, and I mean, back to what we started with the media hype. I mean, you're part of it. You say we're going to win every single game and that whatever, but I mean, it's like taking the fun out of it. Like if we don't win every game, it's like, oh, this is a failure. And I don't know. I just hate how it's all like all these posts and Twitter shit about how every fucking quote unquote pro ESPN guys picking the Bills to win the Super Bowl and shit.
I know.
I mean, I don't know. Can I even have an original thought?
Well, I don't think that I do see all that. I think I'm not going to be like, we're not going to win every game. And I think the early season is going to be tough. And I think people are going to like jump off the bandwagon real quick. And we're like 3-2. But I think we could easily start 4-3. Like that's super realistic. And then run the table from there. I mean, our schedule game 8 on is like very soft, but our first 7 games is tough. So,
well, let's run through it. Let's run through it now. Then.
Okay.
All right. I gotta grab a pen. Hold on a second.
Do you have last year's predictions, or should have saved them? Should have taken a picture of them or something. I'm pretty sure I had us 14-3 or 13-4, maybe at worst.
Yeah, I had to grab a pen. So we'll start, obviously, week 1 starts Thursday. at Rams.
Are we giving our picks now?
Or we'll skip that one. No, let's do it
Yeah.
now. Or you want to skip it and talk about that at
We'll
the
skip
end?
it. We'll skip it. We'll talk about that one. Yeah.
All right. Well, then we go Titans at home Monday night.
Win.
I think we got to redeem ourselves with that one. I'll
Yeah,
give us a win. I think the stadium's going to be pretty excited about that. Unless
There's
something
gonna be-
catastrophic
yeah.
happens Thursday, but
There's a lot of, I'm sure, pent up resentment towards the Titans. I hate that team. I really do. Hate everything about
the
them.
coach. I mean, that
coach.
guy, the shit he pulled last year, sickening to me. The home run throwback bullshit.
I'll never forget it. Unbelievable.
God.
Yeah,
It
win.
makes me sick. And then at Dolphins, end of September, gonna be 150 degrees in there.
You know, that's a tough one. I've spent a lot of time thinking about it, but the way we absolutely have dominated them, I can't pick us to lose. So I'm going to go win there. I mean, we beat them. If you take the 4 games since 2020 and 2021, we're beating them by like an average of 30 points a game. We have 2 30-plus point wins.
Yeah, I mean, it's like us picking the Bills to beat the Patriots from 2001 through 2020 or 2019, whenever he finally fucking left. So, unfortunately, I agree with you there. I'll give us a win against the Dolphins just because Josh Poo owns them.
Yeah.
So then we go right to Baltimore, back-to-back road games.
And that's a tough one. Sunday, back to Sunday at 1, my favorite time slot. Damn, I mean, it's a tough game to call.
You really, it's painful for you to give a prediction.
I thought it is. I've thought a lot about the schedule. I think we're gonna beat them. I really do. But the Ravens, they were so mediocre last year. I know they had a good record when he was playing, but they had a lot of really lucky wins. They had like a 70-yard field goal to win a game. There was a couple other ones that were like insane.
Pretty sure they
too.
smoked the Bengals twice. So, but yeah, they had a bunch of lucky wins. But I'll take an L there. You can take your W.
Yeah.
Then Pitt at home. Somehow it's October 9th, and it's only our second home game.
When?
I mean, if we come home and lose to whoever the hell their quarterback's going to be at, it could be Trubisky. That would be weird. So
yeah, we're gonna beat them again. Revenge game.
Revenge game, yeah. Oh well, yeah.
I think we're gonna be on a mission in the regular season. I honestly don't. I don't think we're fucking around this year. Last year, they learning experience, man. They know they got to bring it every week.
Okay. At KC, 4:30 game, 4:25.
So okay, so now this a 5th game or no? Jesus Christ. I got us to take a loss soon before I have us at like 14-0.
Every time you delay is when you know that they're going to lose the game, or you want to predict they're going to lose when you don't.
No, I mean it's a tough call. I'll take a loss against Kansas City on the road. I think 2-1 in those Baltimore, whatever the Miami
clean sweep for a loss
games.
there for us. Then we get a bye week, and then we get my boy Aaron Rodgers coming in Sunday night, Halloween Eve, or is that Halloween Eve?
Halloween Eve.
Yeah, I guess it is.
I got us with a pretty comfortable win in that one.
I feel like we're not going to lose to Aaron Rodgers at home for some reason. I think we're 2-0 against them in Buffalo, so I'll ride that W as well.
Yeah.
And then at Jets, I mean, I don't know. I actually like what the Jets have done, except I don't know about their coach and I don't know about their quarterback, but everything else about the team I think I like.
I think that
maybe not the
Wilson. I think Wilson's horrible. Based on the couple games I saw him play last year, I just feel like he showed me nothing that would make me think he. I mean, maybe he'll be good. I'm not saying it's 0%, but like
I didn't see much either.
Last season.
Yeah, and everyone says like, oh, you have to get the quarterback, the rookie, to play right away. He might have been someone that you didn't want to play right away. I mean, I know BYU is a pretty respectable football program, but BYU wasn't world beaters, and he had a weird college career because they had the shortened season and some of that shit. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't even know who their offensive coordinator is. I don't think it's anyone impressive.
Yeah,
Rex gonna kill us for that, but yeah. So we'll take. I mean, he's probably mentioned his name to us a dozen times, but I don't know.
No, neither do I.
Vikings, Sunday, 1:00.
Yep. So could be a nice little matchup there, but I got us winning that one.
I mean, just like last year, we're going to lose some of these weird games. I like Minnesota. Again, they have a coach that is a question mark, but he can't be worse than their last guy. And they have weapons. I don't know about their defense. I think kind of has fallen off, but their offense is still good. But I'll take an L there. Cleveland.
Home loss to the Vikes, damn. Whew. Cleveland win.
Yeah, if they had Deshaun, I would consider it more. But I think that team they're going to be skunked all year. They're going to be in a bunch of games and they're going to lose at the end. And that's still not going to be. It's still going to. I mean, it might not even be. Who's their third string quarterback? I don't even know.
They got Brissett and I forget. I knew this recently.
Oh, they got Kellen Mond maybe, but
I don't know. That franchise is a complete fucking embarrassment. I don't know how they have any fans, honestly. Like, rooting for that team.
Well,
the Watson thing is like the cherry on top, but I don't know, man. It's just hard to root for them.
Multiple teams went after him. I would. Yeah. I mean, if we didn't have Allen, I don't know. I mean, what they did, they get rid of Mayfield for what reason? Because they played him when he was completely hurt the whole year, and then they get this guy. They give the worst to me. I mean, well, one of the worst parts of it is the contract they gave him, where they purposely said "fuck you" to everybody and gave him that stupid, completely guaranteed contract, which the whole NFL is just like, you're completely fucking us, Browns. Why are you doing that?
And then the weird, like, if he got suspended, he would have not lost out on like hardly any money. Or I mean, I think he's ended up losing out on, I forget exactly what it is now with the suspension, but
with the fine and everything, he got some. But still, I don't know.
Yeah, but even absent that, I mean, just Freddie Kitchens and Mike Patton, like, and they're just not like we were killing it with coaching hires before McDermott.
The other day, I was just sitting there and I'm like, holy shit, we hired a head coach from Georgia Tech. And I honestly could not come up with his name. I mean, I might have been hungover, tired. I'm like, John Gailey, what the fuck?
At least he had like NFL coaching experience. And Ralph, I think that was still before, or was Ralph gone? But I can't remember.
That was Nick's. Yeah, the old boys club. I mean, that was
exactly what it was.
Strange time to be a fan. Nick sounded hilarious. I mean, the guy could talk about football all day, and I would laugh. But Chan Gailey, wow.
Oh yeah, and that was on the heels of extending Dick Duran, right? I think I cried on WGR. I called in. It was like speechless when we extended him. It was like,
I called the day we hired him and I said, "This guy is a loser. We are completely screwed for the next 3 years." And they're like, "Dude, calm down. You don't know anything that'll happen." I'm like, "No, I do know. He's gonna be horrible." And
he won Coach of the Year and won Coach of the Year in 2002 or some shit. And I don't know.
Great.
Fuck yeah. So
all right. So then a short week. The only time the Lions could have a chance against us is 12:30 on Thanksgiving, but I don't know. Dan Campbell, I mean, the guy might get a couple of sneaky wins this year, but just because they're on HBO, I don't know why people even watch that shit. But
Dan Campbell's like, we're based on how we performed on Thanksgiving. I'm not going to pick us to lose to Detroit.
Yeah, I mean, we do actually play well on Thanksgiving. And somehow we've been playing on Thanksgiving a lot the last few years.
3 out of the last 4 years, yep.
Yeah, so we both got to take a win against the Lions.
Dude, think about – it's just – you ever sit back and just, like, think about where we are right now, like, compared to when we would do this podcast in, like, 2013? It's crazy to think about. Like we're 6 primetime games. It just felt like we were in football fan hell for like never going to get out of it. I don't know. It's still kind of like
I mean, we just had sort of fake hope that we just sneak in, but yeah, I mean, we'll see. Who knows? I mean, we haven't gotten to a Super Bowl. We got into one conference championship, and there was no fans there, so so we got 10 minutes left on this shit.
All right. Next game.
That's plenty of time. So, all right. So next game at Patriots. That's a Thursday night.
That's a win.
I'm down on New England. I think that they are going to be pretty bad this year.
Well, I mean, look at Belichick without Brady, his record. I mean, it's like, at one point, are people going to just acknowledge this for what it is? Like, I mean, I guess you can say they overachieved last season based on the talent they had, but I don't know. I don't even know what they're doing. They have no like coaching coordinators. It's just very bizarre what's going on there, honestly. Maybe I don't know.
I mean, it's the whole, you can't count out Belichick. But when did Belichick? I mean, he had a good, okay season with Matt Castle, but I don't know.
Yeah, but the division was it was a joke. The division was a joke that season. So,
and this is another one where it's a short week. It's another Thursday game. Oh no, we have a full week of rest actually. It's 2 Thursdays in a row, so never mind. It's not a short week for us. Yeah, if it was a short week, I would have said an L, but I'll take a win too. Jeez, I'm a fanboy. The schedule really.
I told you after Game 7, man, it's.
Yeah, because it sounds like a sonogram or something, but yeah. We get Cleveland at the right time. We get Minnesota at home. The division is still bad. I don't know. Maybe I'll switch the Dolphins game to a loss, but probably not. All right, well, then we come home on extra rest against the Jets. 1:00 game.
Win.
And then we get the Dolphins again in December. I mean,
at home
in December against the Dolphins. That's tough to picture that as a loss. At Chicago on Christmas Eve. I mean, maybe we're just celebrating Christmas and we overlook.
Well, let's hang on. So how many games do we have left now?
It's Chicago, Cincy, New England.
So we got 3 games left. I got us at 13-1.
Yeah.
And you have us at what, like 11-3?
I have us, not counting the first game.
Oh yeah, okay. Not to give anything away, but so at this point we've clinched the playoff spot. The division is like over, so you could have some weird games here coming in. I would think and the 1 seed, the best teams are all in the West, and that division is going to be like, I just don't see anyone coming out of that division with like a super good record. So, anyways, we're beating the Bears. That's a win.
Yeah, I really can't. I don't know. 6-0 in the division seems like that's not going to happen.
You picked us to lose at Miami. Oh no, you didn't. You picked us to win. We went 6-0 in the division 2 years ago. Or 11-1 the last 2 seasons in the division.
I think I got to change that week 3 to a loss. Maybe, I mean, all they have to do is give it to Cheetah. But okay, so we get the Dolphins in December. They're not going to win here. And then we go at Cincy. That's Monday night. I have that as a loss. I mean, that could be. That could be.
I'm down on Cincy. But I think I got to win against Cincy.
And then New England, we might be resting our starters. I don't know.
I got a loss against the Pats, 15-2, or 14-2, except the Rams game.
All right. Well, let's circle back to the Rams.
Yeah, let's do it. So, where do we want to start? I don't know how good they were even last season. They got lucky in the playoffs to win their games. I mean, they won their close games, unlike us. So I guess they get some credit there. That in the Super Bowl, that last drive from Cincy, they had 3rd and 1 before 2 straight plays. They couldn't get a yard. to keep the drive going at the end. So
yeah, and at the very end, they had Jamar Chase like streaking down on the field. If he could have gotten the ball, they probably would have won.
yeah, like they easily could have lost the Rams. They lost Miller. They lost Beckham. They've added Allen Robinson, who I'm sorry, I know there's a lot of like Allen Robinson love. He might just suck. He had like 400 yards receiving last season. I know he played for Chicago, but Mooney had 1,000. So are we just giving Robinson a pass because he like checked out, or does he just suck?
Well, I think he'll be good. I mean, both Van Jefferson's out, and they lost their left tackle. I mean, that guy has been in the league for like 100 years, as long as Peters, pretty much. But I don't know.
Yeah,
the Rams, they're the Super Bowl favorite or the Super Bowl champion. Week 1 has covered I mean, they've covered like 60-something% of the time, and they're getting points. I don't know. The line to me is strange.
I just think like in who did they add? I'm probably missing some like big addition that they've had, but I feel like I think Miller's a big add for us. Our receiving core, yeah, we lost Beasley, we lost Sanders. I mean, I think Davis is going to have 15 touchdowns this year. He's got 13 TDs in 2 seasons and 70 career receptions. Now he's going to have all the opportunity in the world. Allen loves him in the end zone. He's a big body. He's a big play guy. I think he could be an absolute star.
You're talking about Davis?
Yeah, Davis.
Yeah, I mean, when the last game you see a guy play, he has 200 yards and 4 tuds, and the biggest game of his career. I mean, yeah.
But even without that, he had 70 receptions, 13 touchdowns in 2 regular seasons. So he's scoring a touchdown like 1 every 6 catches. So, I mean, I don't think it's realistic to keep that pace up. But even if he's catching a touchdown, once every 8 catches, he's going to have double-digit touchdowns probably. I think he could just be that receiver that takes a huge leap this year, like huge leap. Like Diggs will have more receptions probably, but I would probably bet. I would definitely bet that Davis has more TDs and maybe more yards than Diggs.
Well, I think he's way overhyped, and somehow I took him in the 4th round in one of my fantasy drafts, which is strange, but I don't know.
You say he's overhyped, but you don't believe it deep down.
Well, I think that he could put up stats, but yeah, I mean, someone's going to have to replace a bunch of those targets. I mean, the rookie, that guy Shakir, he could make a big impact, but I don't know. I mean, is James is that running back? I could see him not even playing, but I mean,
I'm not expecting much from Cook in the beginning of the season.
Yeah, Jimmy Cook. But all right, well, we got 2 minutes left here until this closes us out. So you have us beating the Rams, I'm guessing.
41-14. It's going to be a drubbing. Yeah.
I have us losing. I mean, we typically choke in big games, especially in the playoffs.
I'm not picking a close game. If it's close, then I'm going to be stressing, but it's not going to be close. We're on a mission, dude. We're on a mission. We've been waiting for this moment since we stepped off that field in Kansas City. This team is hungry, and they're going to come out. It might be the best game we've seen the Bills play. Well, I mean, the New England game was pretty good. I think we're going to come out just flying.
Well, I mean, I could see us just having skunk on us from that, but I don't know. I mean, we could bounce back after the AFC Championship game, obviously quite well, but I don't know. I mean, I don't think that it probably won't linger, but it's going to be a tough game. I mean, it's a huge game. I didn't want us to be in this game, honestly, but
we've been great in these big games.
Yeah, especially in the regular season, we have been.
Yeah, these primetime games. I mean, we lost to Tennessee last year, but that was kind of a joke. But I don't know. It seems like when we have these primetime games, we've played pretty well. Allen seems to rise to the occasion.
I didn't even get to rant about people using the term splash pit plays. Fuck, I wanted to rip on that. I hate these announcers that get to these stupid terms in their head and they always repeat them. But all right, I think our time is up here.
All right, sweet. Looking forward to listening to the audio quality.
Yeah. Well, we'll see at the we have a buddy in LA, but we'll see at the home opener. All right, with 10 days.
Okay, it's gonna hope all about my bills like Buffalo.
That's about it from Manager's Corner. Go fuck yourself, and the fuck with your show coming up next.
We're going to the playoffs, and you're going to take out one of our best players because you couldn't take a hit? That's a joke. That's an absolute joke is what it is.
Shit, I'm all about the bills like Thurman Thomas.
We need an L against Houston. We need as many L's as we can pile up from now until the end of the season. We're not making